Hi everyone, I'm Divya and this is Uplift, a show where we meet everyday women being everyday phenomenal. And we're back with another episode of Badass Entrepreneurs. And my gorgeous and beautiful guest today is my dear friend Khadija. Hi Khadija.
Hi Divya.
Khadija is a microblading artist and she owns her own studio, Natural Brows Microblading in Silver Spring, Maryland. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we really want to know who is this badass entrepreneur behind this business. So I'm so excited to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, and I'm so glad that you're doing this. I think this is a great thing for entrepreneurs and women in general, so I feel honored.
Thank you. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay.
So, can you first of all tell us what is microblading, and
Yes.
also then tell us a little bit more about your business?
Sure. So microblading is a semi-permanent makeup procedure that is done on the eyebrows, and what it is it fills in where people have sparse eyebrows and there's not a lot of hair there or hair loss. And what's really interesting is that as we get older and we go through, our hormones change, or women go through menopause, or we have kids, our eyebrows are the first things that try to jump ship when it comes to hair loss. And so they just kind of thin out over the years, or, you know, maybe they're not the shape that you really want them. And microblading is a way to kind of get the exact look that you want in a long-lasting design, and you know, it just, you don't have to worry about doing it every morning.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful, especially for really busy businesswomen and entrepreneurs, which are the majority of the clients that I see. You know, they want to look beautiful, but they can't spend 20 hours in the morning on their face. So that's what microblading is. Natural Brows Microblading is in downtown Silver Spring. My goal with this business was to create an experience that was very organic and felt really comfortable, really relaxing, and, you know, very unassuming, because I think microblading in general, it's kind of a big decision. It's a body modification. It's like a tattoo, and so people have questions, and one of the things you have to really do is have great customer service and be able to answer everybody's questions and make them feel as comfortable as possible. I called it Natural Brows Microblading because I only do the natural style of microblading. So there are a few different styles of microblading. There are ombre brows, powder brows, and those have...
And that's a method?
It's a method of microblading. And so those kind of focus more on having a look that is more like a makeup look. So when you get your makeup done, there's more shading. And so with this, it focuses on giving visible hair strokes, the illusion of visible hair strokes. And it's the traditional style of microblading. It's the most requested. And, you know, I just decided that I just wanted to focus on that niche so I could just be great at that one thing. And that's the style that I do. So that's why it's called Natural Brows Microblading.
Well, it's an apt name.
Thank
And
you.
I think you are just such a natural and organic person anyway that I think this is just like a perfect like amalgamation of the two. Okay, so again, like you said, it's a very niche field, right? So why microblading? How did you end up being an artist?
Well, you know, as you know, I've had my marketing company for many years, and marketing is my background. That's what I've done for the longest. And I really think that I just manifested this, to be honest, because while I did enjoy the clients that I worked with, and I was very good at my job, it wasn't something that I was excited to kind of get up and go do, and, you know, I just wanted to do something that was more passionate and involved when it comes to women. And, you know, so 3 years ago, I wrote in my journal, because I journal a lot, I said I would like to just do one thing, and something that helps women transform themselves or their lives. And I didn't know how that was going to come about. But now here we are, post-pandemic, 3 years later, and I've switched careers. And it is the best thing I could have done for myself. I love it. I am so excited to get up every day and come to work. My clients are so amazing, and it just seeing their self-esteem boost is everything for me. But yeah, I did switch because the pandemic, man, it just made me feel like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what is happening? I think everybody probably had like a
self-reflection
yes,
moment.
an existential moment
Yeah.
where you just were like, what needs to change in my life? And for me, that was professionally. And it took a lot of courage and a lot of doing. But I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And it was the best decision walking in towards that fear.
How did microblading come about to you? Like, did you experience something that...
Well, my little sister came home with her eyebrows microbladed. And this was actually right during the pandemic. So, no, not during the pandemic. Once they reopened salons or studios, like right after they reopened. And so it was after I was really just like having my moment, and I was like, do I want to continue this business, or do I want to take this time now that everyone's home, working from home, to really think about the next phase of my life? I'm 38 years old, I'll be 40 in a couple years. And so usually when you're getting older, you're trying to think about, what is the next chapter of my life? What do I want to do? And so in that cloud of thought, my sister came over and she had her eyebrows microbladed, and she knew about my thinking process, and she was like, "Can you just look at my eyebrows? They're so gorgeous. I love them." And I was like, "Wow, they look great. What did you do?" And I actually didn't know about microblading personally. I didn't know about it. And she was like, maybe you should look into this. I think it might be something that you'd enjoy. I know that, you've always loved makeup, and, I was a makeup artist, by the way, like maybe 12 years ago.
I've always admired your makeup skills.
And, they say when something's right, it's really easy. You might have little stumbles, but you're not going to fall as you're walking down the path.
Yeah.
It's really easy. And every step of the way, from the time I thought about it to getting certified, to getting, my space, to getting my client, has been, just falling into place. Now, it's been work. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been hard work, but that's how it came about. And
can you tell us a little bit about, personally, Khadija, what type of internal challenges or struggles did you go through as you were having these feelings that, hey, I want to do something different, but I don't know what it is, to the idea forming, and then also some of the external challenges you might have faced along the way?
Right. Well, one of the things that I always use as a barometer is how I'm feeling. And that's why I think that's helped me be really adaptable in life. No matter how much money I'm making or who I know, if I'm not really feeling well or happy or, good, then I'm gonna figure out a way to get out of it or to switch that. And so I realized that I just wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling happy in my career. It was fine and it was going well, but I wasn't feeling good. So I went through a little bit of a depression, and I got out of a really bad relationship, and so there's a lot of emotional putting the pieces back together that was happening, and I needed to be strong. I needed some strength. I needed to find a way to reach inside and grab onto something that was going to carry me through the next chapter. But when you look inside and there's nothing to grab onto, and your light's so dim, then you really do need to pay attention to that before it goes out. You know what I mean? So I just was like, I need to just focus on myself right now. And I took some time. I took the entire 2020 with everyone else just to kind of think and plan. Yeah. And trusting my instincts has been something that I have literally been consciously practicing. Yeah. Over the course of the years, and it's helped.
How do you practice that?
Well, you'll get these feelings, and that something isn't right or something doesn't feel good, whatever it is, and we tend to, as humans, rationalize our way out of it. Well, nothing actually happened, or nothing's that technically wrong, so what's wrong with you? That's like the head heart dilemma, right? But I just started going with whatever I felt was right. If I got an instinct about anything, about a professional move, about a person, I just started following it. And I did that for a year.
Yeah.
Like aggressively just following my instincts, even if it didn't make sense why I felt that way.
Yeah.
And it always came about that was the best decision in the long run. And so that gave me the courage to trust myself, because we all, especially women entrepreneurs, we have this kind of sometimes an imposter syndrome where we're like, am I good enough? Should I be trusting myself? Do I deserve this much or this and that? But once you really practice trusting yourself, then you build this relationship. I started building this relationship with myself. Like, you know what you're talking about. Like, it's okay. Yeah, let's go through. We don't have to pull the world. Yeah. You know, we can do this.
Wow.
And that's kind of, you know, how it came about. But I'm going to tell you something else. Another technique that really worked for me was starting my friend Dragana. She's amazing, and she's really big into manifestation as well, and she's like one of my inspirations. And she told me that she just started saying thank you for everything. Just, you know, thank you, universe, for I was able to find my keys today. Or thank you. You know, she was always in a state of gratitude. When we had that conversation that night, I started doing it the next day. It was 2 years. I don't know how long it was ago. But I started doing it the next day. Yeah. When I tell you, within like a week, major drastic things were changing in my life. I mean, I'm talking about just problems falling away and solving themselves, people falling away, benefits and great things just kind of coming into my life, money just coming out of nowhere, situations solving themselves. That changed my life, because, you know, I've been a believer of the law of attraction and just positive mindset for years. Yes. But the practical application has always been, you know, I've struggled with how do you make it happen now, or how do you not make it happen, but what do I need to be doing daily? And that little change is the only reason that I made it through one of the hardest, you know, couple years of my life.
I'm gonna definitely have to practice this, follow your instinct, because you always say that. My tendency is like follow the second instinct, because I'm always doubting.
That's your mind. The second instinct is the brain. Yeah.
So I need to really be diligent about, and I love that you said building a relationship with yourself and having the courage to go through it, and then eventually you're really going to start trusting yourself. Yes. That you are like listening to yourself and you're making the right decisions. What is your best advice for women to go and uplift themselves and uplift people around them?
You're always going to have moments where you're really sad and where you really don't think that you can do it. You're really doubting yourself and you're just going through it that day or that. Just think of it as a moment. Just think of it as a headache. You know, don't allow yourself to compound it and to throw a bunch of other things in the pot. Just think of it as, you know, I'm having a bad moment. Honor it, acknowledge it, and then let it pass. It's going to be better in an hour, or it'll be better tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a better day. Yeah. And really putting that in its own box and honoring those feelings and not constantly trying to get away from, oh, I feel bad today, though, but I feel really like unmotivated, or I didn't do it. That can easily domino into, I'm a worthless piece of crap and I can't do anything and I'm just going to go back to whatever, you know what I mean? It can easily set you back. Spiral. I call it a sorrow spiral. Yeah. So just make it a box, and you know what? I'm having, just like you're having a headache.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Natural Brows Microblading focuses on uplifting women by increasing their self-esteem with a natural eyebrow transformation. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can manifest great things into your life. So, if you're ready to stop spending so much time on your brows every day and feel amazing, reach out to Natural Brows Microblading at 202-320-2949. Contact this gorgeous woman right here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, y'all. Please like and subscribe to the show. Let me know in comments what do you think about it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.